Hello, I'm Flaunt. Welcome back to some more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Last time we began research on a murder mystery. This time we will continue our investigation by checking out the Republic Embassy, since the accused is a Republic Army officer. I think he's an officer. Let's see what Roland has to say.
Welcome to Manan. I'm Roland Wan. As the official representative of the Republic Embassy on this planet, I'm here to help all citizens of the Republic should they require aid.
Why are your soldiers loading so much colto?
Colto is a precious resource. Its healing powers are near miraculous. During times of war, colto becomes even more valuable. As long as we have the permits, we will continue to harvest colto and ship it to our Republic soldiers battling against the Sith. Of course, the Sith enjoy the very same privileges. If there was some way we could gain an edge over the Sith in our colto supply, but the Selkath are fiercely protective of their neutrality in this conflict. They do not want to grant either side an advantage.
I'm investigating the Sunry case.
I don't know much about the facts of the case, but I find it hard to believe. I never met Sunry, but he's a hero of the Republic, not a murderer. The so-called evidence against him is an obvious frame-up. It has to be. The Sith must have plotted Sunry's downfall to embarrass and discredit the Republic.
That's one possibility.
If you want to solve this mess, I would focus on the Sith. That or check out the murder scene at the hotel. Talk to the other guests. Maybe they know something. I regret I could not be of more assistance in your investigation. Is there anything else?
I'm on a mission from the Jedi Council. Perhaps you can help me with it.
Oh, of course. Of course I'll do whatever I can. But I'm only a simple diplomatic representative of the Republic. I doubt I can be of any use to the Jedi Council.
I seek a star map, the remnant of an ancient and forgotten race.
An ancient and forgotten race. And you think it may be here on Manan?
You know something?
Well, perhaps. But if you want to get information about that, you'll have to do something for me first.
What do you want me to do?
We were using a submersible reconnaissance droid in the ocean surrounding Otto City, and it was damaged. It took a data recording of the outside of the city before being driven off by the Faraxan sharks. But while it was returning to the surface, it encountered difficulties and was disabled. Its automatic systems floated it to the surface, but we could not retrieve it in time. The Sith were applying subtle pressure to the Selkath authorities for some reason we've not determined, and were able to delay us long enough that they could retrieve the droid before we did. The droid's data centers are heavily encrypted, so it will take the Sith several days, we believe, to get to its data. It was captured 12 hours ago. It is imperative that we get it back.
Where's the droid?
It's heavily guarded, we're sure, in the Sith embassy here on Manan. Since we have no remaining soldiers to spare, and certainly not our elite ones, we have no one capable of entering the Sith base and retrieving it. That is what we would ask you to do.
Can I get back to you on this?
If you want to find information about ancient ruins on your star map or whatever it is, I think this is your best choice. But you will have time to consider your options. And when you come to the only conclusion possible, I will be here to tell you how we can work together.
All right. Well, we have a task now to do in the Sith embassy when we get there. Oh, I'm not allowed in there. All right. I guess I got to go start at the Sith embassy. Now I got to find where that is. Well, okay then. Let's try going this way. It looks like we haven't been down this way. Door. Shady Rhodian. We'll talk to him later. East courtyard. All right. Cleaning droid. That's pretty standard, I guess. There we go. That's what I'm expecting.
Hey, this street is for Sith only. You gotta pay a 20 credit toll to walk down this street.
This is a public street.
Hiding behind the Selkath laws. Typical Republic cowardice.
I mean, hiding behind the law, yes. What defense do you have against evil if not the law? Travelers. But that does tell me there's probably the Sith embassy here. Maybe. Hopefully. Please. That's swoop registration. I don't care about swoop. I don't like swoop. Okay, I just missed the path over here. Yordle's Emporium? Seems interesting. It's some kind of shop. Looks like a droid
You
shop.
got any armor plating for my swoop bike? I thought this garbage was free. You actually sell this junk? You fish are a strange breed. Don't worry, junk man. When I want garbage, I'll be back.
Well, he says Fishman, but that's an Ithorian, not a Selkath. Are Ithorians also fish? I'm interested in buying something. I'd like to look at your inventory. Alright, we got advanced repair kits, computer. Yeah, this is droid store. I don't care that much. Is there anything here? No, there's absolutely nothing here I care about. I don't like using droids. If you like using droids, come here. This is a great place for droid stuff. I'm not a big fan of droids. Alright, let's continue down the hallway then. Sith War Droid. Oh, yep.
I know you. You're the arbiter in the murder trial. Elasa was a friend of mine. If there's any justice in the galaxy, they'll feed sunray to the Phyrexians. Shouldn't you be preparing for the trial? What are you doing here?
I want to ask you some questions.
You can ask, but I doubt you'll get many answers you'll like.
What do you know about the Sunray case?
I know he'd already be tried, convicted, and executed if the Selkath knew anything about justice. But the fish people are as weak as the Republic when it comes to such matters. Is there anything else?
I'll be going now.
Go. Stay. Doesn't matter to me. If you want to, you can even wander up to the embassy gates. But don't expect to get inside.
Locked. Okay.
I know you.
Yeah. I have business with the Sith.
Ha! We know who we have business with. If you don't know how to get in, then we don't want anything to do with you. Now back off.
I'll be going now.
Go. Stay. Doesn't matter to...
Yeah, you're saying the same thing you did before. Alright, so we can't get in that way. There's got to be some way in. Probably can't get in through there. Alright, nothing there. It is interesting, though. So I talked to... No, that's a swoop van. Okay, Sith Soldier. Wasn't there a, like a bar I could go to that might have people that know how to get in? I seem to remember it being, though, on, like, the other end of Atto. I guess let's talk to the Shady Rhodian now. Why are you standing here in a corner? Business. Fine, I'll leave. Is his suit, like, right there? Is that covered in blood, or is that, like, rust? I don't know. I don't care about the security droid. Let's see. That's a traveler. That looks like the Kolto place. To go to Atto. I must gather my party. Where? Come on. Why are you guys so slow? I walk in a straight line. Alright, this might be the correct direction. Nilko Boas. Okay, I have time. You're a lot more friendly than most of the Selkath here. What are you talking about? What do you want me to do? Why do you need me for this?
I like this. Aren't the Republic supposed to be the good guys?
Be careful here, kid. Start poking your nose in a place it doesn't belong, and you might not like what you find.
I'll look into it for you, Nilko. Alright, interesting. I'm not a big fan of the hiring of mercenaries, so I'm willing to look into this. Viglo seems to be very drunk.
Hey man, clear out. You're cramping my style with the ladies.
I like how completely unenthused that voice acting was.
I hope you're here to play some Pazak. I don't come here looking for sparkling conversation.
I'll be going now.
So clear out already.
Idorian mercenary.
I am not for hire. Perhaps the Mandalorian or the Achani can help you, though they lack the stomach for certain jobs.
What do you have against the Achani and the Mandalorians?
They lack the resolve to do what needs to be done. The Achani believe in a non-existent warrior code of honor, and the Mandalorians prize credits above bloodshed. But I am Iridorian. Honor comes from slaying your opponent, and the true reward of any job is the taste of your foe's dying blood on your tongue.
I'll be going now.
Yes, I'm not surprised. There are few on this watery world who feel comfortable in my presence.
Yeah, you could say that. Mando Merc, Shayless, a couple of Siths around Duan. The Sith are a blight upon the galaxy. What are you talking about? You want me to investigate these disappearances? I shall look into these disappearances for you, Shayless. Alright, interesting. What happens if I talk to Duan here?
You're new around here, aren't you? My name's Duan. Care to buy a Sith girl a drink? That is, unless you're one of those simpering Republic soldiers.
I'm investigating the recent murder of Elasa.
What is there to investigate? Obviously, Sunry is guilty, but the Republic is doing everything they can to keep him out of a Selkath prison. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind. You know?
Okay. He's already in prison. What? I hear you Sith are taking an interest in the Selkath youth.
We Sith are interested in a lot of things. If you're smart, you'll stay out of Sith business. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind. You know?
I'm searching for some ancient ruins, or maybe a long-forgotten star map.
Are you some kind of historian or something? You should forget about the past. Look towards the future. That's why I joined the Sith. The Republic is old news. And then I get stuck on Manan, the worst post in the galaxy. It isn't easy here, you know. Not with all the Republic soldiers walking the streets while we sit and do absolutely nothing. Malak should send a fleet in and conquer this whole sector, Kolto or no. But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try to unwind. You know?
All right, I'll be going now.
Oh, I get it. I get a little bit wild, and you want to hold it against me. Come on, what's the matter? Afraid I'll drink you under the table? Hey, if you're not man enough to keep up, who needs you? Seems I'm not ladylike enough for some men. Well, I may be a woman, but I'm still a soldier. Barkeep, bring me another round.
Okay, that did nothing. I was hoping that, like, I could buy her drinks until she gives me useful information, but nope.
We might have a position within the Sith organization for one such as you.
Your offer is pretty good, but I've heard some nasty things about you, Sith. Is it true you bombed Taris into dust?
This is war. In war, certain distasteful acts cannot be avoided. But ask yourself this, when we win the war, would you rather be against the Sith or with us?
You make a good point. And I've never turned down a job that pays up front.
Excellent. Report to the Sith Embassy tomorrow for your assignment.
All right, let's go ahead and talk to the Achani mercenary.
Are you hiring for the Republic or the Sith?
Neither.
Then why are you wasting my time? There's big money to be made here. I can't risk missing a job offer because I'm yapping with you.
All right.
I have no desire to speak to you. I know you have links to the Republic.
Okay, fair enough. Mando Merc. I'll talk to Mando.
If you're here to offer me a job, I'm not interested right now. I got so many offers I can't keep up as it is. Maybe that Iridorian skullslagger at the bar, or the Ajani nerf herder cowering in the corner is available.
What do you have against the Achani and the Iridorians?
Nothing. Except that the Ajani are a bunch of fey dancers prancing in a battle with tiny weapons not fit for Mandalorian children. They hardly wear any armor because it slows them down when they run away. But the Ajani are better than the Iridorians. Those savages keep hacking at fallen foe even after death, mutilating the corpse out of pure bloodlust. I even heard they'll turn on each other when the battle fever hits. Who wants to work with someone like that? I could pretty much name my price right now, especially since the Republic's so desperate for mercs all of a sudden.
Why is the Republic hiring so many mercenaries?
They ain't saying, but the price is sure right. Of course, I haven't heard of anyone coming back, so I'm guessing the job ain't easy.
Do you know anything about the murder of Ilasa?
Not really. They say some Republic war hero killed her. Maybe you should check out the Republic Embassy.
Do you know anything about the young Selkath who have gone missing?
Not really. I've got no interest in the Selkath, other than the fact that they're charging me an exorbitant amount to stay in this world. The Iridorian over there, however, he, I believe, may know more. He's been seen with several of them before.
I'll be going now.
So why are you telling me? If you're going, go. I don't need a status report.
For a while, the Republic were hiring anyone they could get their hands on. Now they don't have any use for us mercs. It's too bad. I could have used the work.
I am not for hire. Perhaps the...
A mercenary who's not for hire. That's strange.
Why do you care? There are other mercenaries you can hire, though I suggest you act quickly. The Republic seems to be in desperate need of mercenaries right now. Though not so desperate they have asked for my help as of yet. They prefer the simpering, submissive type, like the Mandalorian or the Achani.
Why is the Republic hiring so many mercenaries?
Perhaps you should ask them. The Republic prefers not to deal with my kind, though maybe they need an Iridorian to finish the job. The mercenaries they hire must be failing, as they are never heard from again. That is all I know. Is there more you wish to ask?
Have you heard anything about young Selkath going missing?
Perhaps. But my business with the Selkath is my own.
But I'm your friend. You want to tell me what's going on.
An Iridorian has no friends, though I feel a strange kinship with you. You do not seem like the others of this world. Even the Sith here do not understand our kind. The Sith sought to buy my loyalty with credits, as if wealth could somehow quench my burning bloodlust. They would have been better off hiring an Echani for the errands they had me running.
What were you doing for the Sith?
The task paid well, but was boring and beneath me. I was told to lure the Selkath youth to the Sith embassy. Nothing more. I lied, I threatened, I promised, and I brought the most promising youth of the fish people to the Sith, and there I left them. To what purpose I neither know nor care. Perhaps when the Sith learn I have betrayed their secret, they will try to kill me. I would welcome the excitement.
Sounds like the Sith are trying to win this planet by corrupting the Selkath youth. Much more subtle than their usual methods.
Is there more you would ask of me, human?
Do you know about the murder of Alasa?
On my world, those too weak to defend themselves deserve to die. A murder is justified if you have the strength to kill your victim. Is there anything else you would know?
I'll be going now.
Yes, I'm not surprised. There are few on this watery world who feel comfortable in my presence.
Yeah, I learned some stuff there. Let's try talking to the barkeep. I'd like to see what's in stock. Okay, so these are my consumables if I used them. I do not, in fact, use them. Okay, so I'm gonna go talk to Shayless then, I guess, since I found out what happened to the youth. Not Shayless. I have information for you, Shayless. It is Shayless. The Sith hired an Iridorian mercenary to lure the Selkath youth to the Sith base. I will look into this further. I'll infiltrate the Sith base, Shayless. I gotta figure out how to get in there. Can I?
Oh, it's you again. Didn't think I'd see you around here. I probably should cut back on the drinking, but it's a good way to relax. There's a lot of tension here on Manan, but I don't really want to talk about that right now.
Not helpful.
Oh, come on. See.
Not helpful. Not giving me the information I want. I mean, I'm hoping I don't have to go and fight a, Sith.
I hear you've been appointed as a...
Was Sunry having an affair?
Of course not. an affair. He was seeing that Sith woman. After all these years we've been together, he just dropped me like that. Not publicly, oh no. But inside, that's what it feels like. He started seeing Elasa last year. I had my suspicions for a while, but he was careless. Pretty soon everyone knew. But even though I'm sure that harlot was only using him, I know he couldn't have killed her. He came and confessed to the affair to me. He said he was going there to break it off, to end it. Maybe the Sith woman attacked him, and he had to defend himself. But even though he cheated on me, inside he's still the man I loved. Love. He's too kind and gentle to have killed her in cold blood.
He's killed many Sith before.
That was a long time ago, in a war far, far away. He's changed now, settled down. Oh, just please, prove his innocence.
Your husband might not be so innocent, Alora.
This is all a plot to discredit the Republic. Sunry is a victim of a Sith frame-up.
It's possible. I haven't seen Sunry since I crashed on Kashyyyk. A man can change a lot in that time. The man I knew could never have done this crime, however.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this.
All right. The rigging on her face did not at all match the intensity of the voice acting. All right, let's try talking to him again.
Joey, coming to check in on an old man? I must confess, I would rather you were here to speak to the warden and begin my trial. Soon, old friend. But we don't want to go to trial until we've got the whole picture. Oh, I grow weary of staring at these four bare walls. But I suppose you know what you're doing. You know, the role of arbiter cannot be taken lightly.
I need to investigate the case some more. Any ideas where I should look?
Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. The Selkath already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with offworlders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial.
There's a few things we have to clear up.
Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide.
There was a Rhodian who planted evidence at the murder scene.
A Rhodian? I didn't know there were any Rhodians on Manan. Oh, except for Tyvark and this one named Glupar who was hanging around the hotel all the time. Okay, so maybe there are a whole bunch of Rhodians on Manan. But what does that matter? If he planted evidence at the scene, it's a clear sign of a frame-up. He probably took all the evidence of the real killer at the same time. The evidence of a Sith conspiracy keeps getting stronger, doesn't it? I suspect there's still stuff you want to clear up. Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I've got nothing to hide.
The judges said that you left after the shot was fired.
How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since the war. You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under pressure.
I'll be going now.
Very well. I suppose there is still much you must do before the trial. Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready. The sooner I get out of the cell, the better.
No, that is the warden. Okay. Don't talk to the warden just yet. I really do need the jurisdiction to go into the Sith embassy. There's nothing in here for me. Why am I coming this way? I really do need that. Like a warrant? That'd be great. That'd be wonderful to have a warrant. I think this goes back to the center, which I don't want to go to. I am not sure. I will figure out what direction I'm trying to go real quick. Turns out I am trying to go back to the center, I think. Yeah, okay. This didn't go where I thought it was going to, which is good. I'm getting all turned around. This area, all of these maps look the same. They're just kind of rotated around. It makes it difficult, to say the least, to navigate. All right, what happens if I come in here to the Kolto?
I can't stop to talk to tourists. I'm on Kolto packing duty.
I mean, I'd prefer to get into the Sith embassy, but I would tolerate entering the Republic embassy. Even though he has joined your group, Jolie remains a somewhat mysterious character. Maybe you should speak to him and see why he chose to come with you. Speak to Jolie.
Got something on your mind, do you?
Why did you decide to come with me?
You got yourself a fast little ship. I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an Uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful.
So you wanted a ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
No, seriously, tell me.
I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
Did you annoy this person endlessly too?
Oh, very funny. Is it my fault that some people are so easily annoyed? Like impatient little children with blasters. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vex was his name. The force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
I've never heard of him.
No, you wouldn't have. Sometimes swirling force is just swirling force. It gets us old Jedis excited at our age, so we go, ooh, destiny. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
Is there supposed to be some hidden meaning in this?
I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
How young are we talking?
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
Andor killed Krat, I take it?
Of course he did. Haven't you been listening? It was not in the way you'd probably expect, though. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too. Or this could have just been gurgling noises. Well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
You're kidding.
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
And what does that have to do with you coming with me?
Well, Okay, the chances may not be great, but one has the opportunity to see something like that twice in a lifetime. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
Oh, okay. Well, with that, this has been a slower one, but I think we're actually going to go ahead and call it. I'll probably need to do a little bit of reading to figure out what it is I'm supposed to do to get the access to the Sith Embassy, since I clearly don't remember. Thank you so much for watching. This has been fun. I will see you guys next time.